It's the College Football Connection Podcast with Alvin Reed, Bradford Bruns, and Marty Jenkins on 101 ESPN.
And the CFC crew is officially cleared for takeoff. Greetings. Welcome back in, everybody. It is Bradford Bruns with you live from our studio in Creve Coeur. And as per usual, you are watching, you are listening, courtesy of the 101 ESPN YouTube channel, as well as 101ESPN.com. We are here for a brand new installment of the College Football Connection. Call it part number one, if you will, of our NFL Scouting Combine Primer. What we're going to do over the course of the next few days, we're going to split this up into two different portions. Today, first and foremost, we are going to focus primarily on the star-studded defensive line class, attacking the quarterback, also touching upon linebackers and certainly DBs. And then later next week, in advance of the festivities in Indianapolis, take a big-time look and delve into those premier wide receivers, as well as any number of signal callers vying for that top 5, top 10 distinction come April at Lambeau Field. So if you missed, however, last week's special presentation on 101 ESPN, the YouTube channel, and 101ESPN.com, we were optimistic at that juncture. We were bullish even about our prospects of being able to attend the festivities at Lucas Oil Stadium mere days from then, and on the immediate horizon now, providing some live coverage perhaps, and late yesterday afternoon, it was made official. Indeed, we will be on the scene at the home of the Indianapolis Colts as early as Wednesday, potentially, as the media availability sessions as well as practice sessions will be unfolding on the field there. Very stoked, very excited about the type of content, the extent to which we can provide that content and substance for the mothership as well as the friends at 101 ESPN. Let's look, though, right now at the D-line specifically, and the man who could vault all the way up to number one on any number of teams and organizations' draft boards. That would be none other than the former Penn State Nittany Lion, Abdul Carter. Yes, indeed. If you really are buying into some of the speculation and the talk that is definitely enveloping NFL circles at the moment, the Tennessee Titans could well spend that number one pick if they are so inclined, if they retain the pick. We still have a couple of months, we know, left to go on Abdul Carter as a guy who could be a premier pass rusher in this league professionally for a decade plus. Yes, there is instability, to be kind, at the quarterback position. Is Will Levis the guy moving forward? Probably not. Are you going to eschew the opportunity, though, to select another QB in the form of a Cam Ward, of Shedeur Sanders, in favor of sliding to the defensive end of the football, where you definitely are in need of playmakers right away at that point as well? Well, we expect, actually, to hear from Abdul Carter bright and early on Wednesday morning, 8 o'clock local time. That means it'll be 7 a.m. right here in the Gateway City. He is expected to be taking the podium. He will be addressing assembled media members there, and then the following day, that's when defensive linemen as well as place kickers and linebackers are going to be working out on the field. All of the strength training exercises, the 40 times, all of that. It's happening on the field on Thursday, but the conversations, the meetings, the interviews, certainly with different personnel types, front office types, all of the various teams are going to be there. In fact, a number of different NFL coaches and general managers actually will be meeting with the media as well on Tuesday, including Andy Reid and Nick Sirianni of the Super Bowl winning Philadelphia Eagles. Back to the D-line, however, as Missouri actually, on the local front here, we must touch upon that, doesn't have any representatives in that particular domain. Johnny Walker Jr., despite, I'll be honest, I definitely thought that he would be in attendance among the 329 draft prospects and NFL hopefuls, but his performance at the recent East-West Shrine game, as well as all of the tape that he compiled at Faurot Field for 4 years on end, that will have to suffice going into April's sequence of events, and Mizzou will have its pro day, of course, to be scheduled in March. But from a defensive line standpoint overall, spanning the nation at 8:20 on Wednesday morning, on the heels definitely of an Abdul Carter, we're going to hear from Jack Sawyer of the reigning national champion Ohio State Buckeyes. And then the following day, you want to talk about some studs in the secondary area, the defensive backfield, and definitely at linebacker, of course. You're going to be hearing from the Heisman Trophy winner, Travis Hunter himself. And it was interesting a few days ago when the position groups, the personnel groupings were outlined. Hunter initially listed the ex-Buffalo as a defensive back, and then the designation was modified somewhat to add on the position of wide receiver. Here's what we know. In winning the Heisman Trophy and being that ultimate rarity, somebody who is a two-way player, and not just a two-way player, but a sensation on both ends of the football. This was Charles Woodson plus, okay? 700-plus snaps offensively and defensively. 4 interceptions. The statistics on the page, quite frankly, a la Abdul Carter, don't really do justice to one Travis Hunter, because how many teams in the Big 12 down the stretch didn't even look in his direction over there on one sideline or another? 4 interceptions, countless passes defended, and then his secondary position right now, the way in which he is viewed by a lot of NFL organizations at the next level. If his second position is wide receiver, and we don't know at this point in time, we can only speculate as to how much he will play at that spot when he arrives in the National Football League. He had over 90 catches, well over 1,200 yards and double-digit touchdowns. So what you're probably going to see, he will interview with the media on Thursday morning at either 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock Eastern time to be determined. And then on Friday, he'll go out with the DBs. He will post a ridiculous 40 time. We understand that. And then on Saturday has the option of working out with the wide receivers, Luther Burden, etc. So he is going to be, has the potential to be the takeaway star, the main star from the NFL Scouting Combine. He is going to be on the field working out on Friday, in the media setting on Thursday. On Wednesday, we also want to note as well, because we don't want to give really the short end of the stick to the tight end position. The standout from this group, the cream of the crop, I'm not going to say that Tyler Warren, for as fantastic as he was for Penn State as well this past season, and James Franklin, that he is going to emulate the production, the remarkable statistical output at that from a Brock Bowers from a season ago with Vegas. But put on that tape from the Ohio State game, from any number of college football playoff contests, and you'll see somebody who could very well be Pro Bowl worthy as early as year number 1 in the pros. Looking forward to hearing from Warren as well, and a host of others. This has been a little look, just a slight glimpse at what we have in the horizon, on the horizon, we should say, for defensive linemen, for linebackers, and defensive backs. More insight and perspective into what's going to be happening at wide receiver, as certainly that is always a position of note and interest this year. Definitely no different along those lines when you have so many individuals hailing from mid-Missouri, for that matter, too. And the quarterback himself, Brady Cook, number 12, he too will be meeting with the media on Friday, working out Saturday accordingly, but that is for a few days down the road. My name is Bradford Bruns. Thank you for joining us, St. Louis, on a weekend no less. As always, go back to the 101 ESPN YouTube channel, to 101ESPN.com if you missed last week's special show, or anything that we have in the hopper, in the can, from the 2024 season that was not completed that long ago. Before you know it, we're going to be diving head first into another campaign. Marty, Alvin, yours truly, the whole gang, but we could not be more enthusiastic about the Scouting Combine to come. It's mere days away, and we will be with you every step of the way on your home for college football and the professional pigskin in the Lou. Until next time, take care, everybody.
Thanks for listening to the College Football Connection podcast on 101 ESPN.